Welcome to Mr. English Cafe. Imagine you just got a promotion, or maybe you aced a difficult exam. Everyone is clapping for you, saying great job, but inside, your heart is racing. You're thinking, if they really knew how much I struggled, they wouldn't be cheering. I just got lucky. Soon, they're going to find out I'm a fraud. Does that sound like you? Have you ever felt like you're wearing a mask, waiting for the world to realize you don't belong in the room? Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the show. I'm Joe, and I am so glad you're here with me today. Today, we're diving deep into a feeling that touches almost everyone from students to CEOs. We're talking about imposter syndrome. It's that nagging voice that says you aren't good enough, despite all the evidence that you are. Before we get started, if you find today's episode helpful, please hit that subscribe button and give us a like. It helps our community grow, and I truly appreciate your support. Now, let's get into the heart of it. So, what exactly is imposter syndrome? It isn't a mental illness. It's a psychological pattern where we doubt our skills and have an internal fear of being exposed as a fake. Think about a baker who makes the most beautiful cakes in town. When someone says, "This is delicious," the baker thinks, "Oh, the oven just happened to be at the right temperature today." They give the credit to the machine, not their 10 years of practice. I felt this too when I first started this podcast. I looked at the microphone and thought, who am I to give advice? People are going to realize I'm just a guy in a room. Why do we feel this way? Often, it's because we see everyone else's highlight reel. We see their success, their polished photos, and their big wins. But we see our own behind the scenes. We see our mistakes, our messy mornings, and our late-night doubts. We compare our internal mess to their external perfection. Consider a student moving to a new country to study English. They pass their exams, but when they speak to a native speaker, they stumble on one word. Suddenly, they feel like they don't know English at all. They forget the 2,000 words they do know because they are focused on the one word they missed. We need to realize that perfection is an illusion. Everyone, even the people you admire most, is often just figuring it out as they go. I want to share two quotes that have really helped me when I feel like a fraud. Maya Angelou once said, "I have written 11 books, but each time I think, oh, they're going to find out now. I've run a game on everybody, and they're going to find me out?" For those who don't know, Maya Angelou was an American giant. She was a poet, a civil rights activist, and a memoirist best known for her book I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. She won 3 Grammys and was nominated for a Pulitzer Prize. The reason this quote is so deep is that it shows that competence does not cure the feeling. Even after being honored by presidents, she felt like she was running a game or tricking people. It teaches us that these feelings aren't a reflection of our actual talent, they are just a shadow that follows high achievers. 2. From the archives of the Gazette. The beauty of the imposter is that they are usually the ones working the hardest to prove they belong. The Gazette and various historical journals like it often capture the human side of success. This quote is a perspective shift. Instead of seeing your doubt as a weakness, see it as a driver. People who feel like imposters often have the highest work ethic. You are so afraid of failing that you prepare more, check your work twice, and stay humble. This imposter energy is actually what makes you excellent. If you're struggling with these feelings right now, let's look at 3 ways to improve, but let's go a bit deeper into how they work. 1. Keep a fact file, the logical anchor. Our brains are wired with a negativity bias. We remember 1 criticism but forget 10 compliments. To fix this, you need a physical or digital folder. Every time someone says, "Great job," or you hit a goal, write it down. When the fraud voice starts yelling, you don't argue with it using feelings, you argue with evidence. You look at your fact file and say, "I feel like a failure, but the facts say I finished 3 projects on time this month." 2. Talk about it, the power of vulnerability. Imposter syndrome thrives in isolation. It's a secret you keep because you're ashamed. But when you say it out loud to a mentor or a friend, something magical happens. You realize you aren't the only one. This is called pluralistic ignorance, the idea that we all think we are the only ones struggling while everyone else is fine. Breaking the silence breaks the spell. 3. Reframe failure, the growth mindset. Stop seeing mistakes as evidence that you are a fraud. Instead, see them as the tuition you pay to learn. If you try something new and fail, that doesn't mean you're a fake. It means you're a pioneer. You are in territory you haven't mastered yet. You cannot be an expert without being a beginner first. Treat yourself with the same kindness you would give a friend who is learning. To wrap things up, remember this: you are not where you are by accident. You didn't trick your boss into hiring you. You didn't accidentally pass your exams. You worked, you studied, and you showed up. The next time that voice tells you you're a fraud, smile at it. Say, "Thanks for trying to protect me, but I belong here." You have earned your seat at the table. Don't let your mind tell you otherwise. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I hope this helps you breathe a little easier today and gives you the courage to keep going. Before you go, I want to ask you something personal. What is the very first thing you do in the morning to set your mind right? Do you meditate, drink coffee, or maybe check your fact file? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your routine. And if you enjoyed this, please subscribe, hit the like button, and share this with a friend who needs a reminder that they are more than enough. I'm Joe, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Take care of yourself. Thanks for joining us. In this podcast, you've learned the following. Let's read aloud. The beauty of the imposter is that they are usually the ones working the hardest to prove they belong. The beauty of the imposter is that they are usually the ones working the hardest to prove they belong. Ace. I studied all weekend because I really wanted to ace my final English exam. She is the team's ace pitcher, and everyone expects her to win the game tonight. He managed to ace the job interview and was offered the position on the spot. Fraud. The business tycoon was arrested last month for committing financial fraud. When they discovered he had no medical degree, everyone realized he was a fraud. The online investment scheme turned out to be a complete fraud, costing people millions. Imposter. The security guards quickly caught the imposter who was trying to enter the VIP lounge. Despite her incredible success, she still suffers from a deep feeling of being an imposter. The man who claimed to be the missing prince was proven to be a clever imposter. Neg. My mother constantly nags me about cleaning my room every single weekend. I hate to nag, but you still haven't finished the report that was due yesterday. Stop being such a nag. I will wash the dishes as soon as the movie finishes. Polish. You should polish your essay one more time before submitting it to the teacher. He spent the afternoon polishing his leather shoes for the upcoming wedding ceremony. Her presentation was excellent, but it still needs a little bit of polish. Stumble. She stumbled on a loose rock and nearly fell down the steep hill. The nervous student began to stumble over his words during the speech. While walking through the old bookstore, I managed to stumble upon a rare comic. Illusion. The magician created an amazing illusion that made a huge elephant disappear. Many people live under the illusion that wealth will automatically bring happiness. The mirrors on the wall create a clever illusion of a much larger dining room. Memoirist. As a talented memoirist, she wrote beautifully about her childhood in France. The famous actor teamed up with a professional memoirist to share his life story. A good memoirist must be honest about both their successes and their deep regrets. Competence. The new manager quickly demonstrated her high professional competence in marketing. Students must pass this practical test to prove their competence in driving a car. He was questioned about his competence to lead the team during such a major crisis. Pluralistic ignorance. Pluralistic ignorance occurs when everyone in a meeting dislikes a plan but agrees because they think others like it. Due to pluralistic ignorance, none of the confused students raised their hands to ask a question. The toxic drinking culture in the office continued to spread because of pluralistic ignorance. Pioneer. Marie Curie was a great pioneer in the scientific field of radioactivity research. The tech company is widely recognized as a pioneer in modern smartphone technology. Early pioneers faced incredible hardships as they traveled across the dangerous territory. The wolves will aggressively defend their territory against any outside packs. This specific type of sales territory includes 3 major cities in the northern region. When the scientist began studying the human mind, he entered uncharted territory. Feel free to read it aloud. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave a comment below.